This is Mayan, and today we're gonna discuss reading and writing weblogs. We're gonna discuss the importance of the blog in education, the benefits that it may give, the guidelines or the steps that we need to do in creating a blog, especially when integrating it into our instruction. First, we need to define what blog is. A blog is basically a website and it is maintained by an individual with regular entries of commentary, description of events, or other materials such as graphic videos. Entries are commonly displayed in reverse chronological order. A website consisting entries, also called posts, appearing in the reverse chronological entries. It is a similar in format to a daily journal, but it is just digital. Typically include features such as comment and links to increase user interactivity. Created using specific publishing software. And one example of publishing software is the WordPress.com, where you can create your or customize your blog through the available template that the WordPress.com is offering. And you might want to choose a specific template which may suit to a content that you want to share in your blog. These are the terms that we need to remember: blogging, blogger, and blogosphere. Blogging is the act of writing a post for a blog, while the blogger is the person who writes or posts the content for a blog. And the blogosphere is the online community of blogs and bloggers. There are at least three types of blogs. Number one is the personal blogs. It is an ongoing diary or commentary by an individual. It is traditional and most common blog. Another one is the corporate blog. It is used to internally enhance the communication and culture in a corporation, or externally for marketing, branding, or public relations purposes. And the last one is the educational blogs, and it can be used to provide communication space that teacher utilize with students whenever there is a curriculum need to develop writing, share ideas, and reflect on work being undertaken in the classroom. And we're going to be focusing our discussion in educational blogs. And these are the things to focus on when setting up a classroom blog. Number one is we need to choose an appropriate blogging platform for our situation. And next is to understand why and how you will use it in your class, and how it will gonna help your class in enhancing their learning. Understand the features you and your students will need to use to avoid future hassles or problems that you might encounter. Set up your students' accounts. Know what to do when students forget their login information and keep that into safe. Make sure that all your students will have fair and equal access to computers to get the job done. Let the parents know, let the parents and guardians know what you are doing. This is also to inspire them and to to know what their children are actually doing. Next is to set the rules for the students for them to have a guidelines to follow. Create a code of ethics. This is important, especially when you are advising them to post a comment. They need to comment properly, avoid unnecessary terms or comments, and to comment politely. Blogging tips for teachers. Number one is to choose the easiest platform for you and your students, and one with which you are familiar with. This is to maximize the time for your preparation, planning of the blog, and you need to ask for parents' permission because this is not just a journal. This is a digital type of journal, and everyone is going to see it. And parents' permission is very important. Teach students about online safety. You can set rules on posting pictures because there are some pictures that maybe cause some harm to them. Teach students how to comment properly. The post should always be short and informative. It is better to start with introduction of themselves and get the right comments on each other posts. Use simple language and correct grammatical structures for ease of blogging and for ease of checking. Invite parents to contribute in your class blog and get them to comment too. Participation of the parents is very relevant for them to understand why their children is going to create a blog, and of course to monitor their learning. Don't create blogging is meant to be don't create blogging is meant to be a way to practice writing for an audience. Learning to respond to critique, and it is not a graded paper. Educational weblog. These are the ways on how to use blog in education. Facilitate online discussion and collaboration. Blog is one way for you to collaborate with your students, share learning materials, and for your students to share also their learning experiences. Students can simply respond to blog posts and discuss topics through comments or on our simple to use forums. Share materials, news, download links, and more. Maximize the use of your blog by sharing the learning materials, including the links of the resources that you are teaching to them. Anything that you post to your blog will instantly be accessible by your students from school and from home. Also, you can easily manage who gets to access them through password words and privacy measures. Create a class publication that students can easily publish to and you can easily edit. Seamlessly produce a custom designed, finely tuned, and engaging collaborative online publication by your class. Replace your newsletter and stay in touch with parents about what is going on in class. Post class information, news, events, and more blogs to keep your students and their parents updated. Get your students blogging so they can share their work and thoughts. So your blog can be used to glue together your students' blogs, which you can quickly create, co-manage, and even edit if needed. Share your lesson plans. Using blog, you can turn planning and reflecting on classes into a genuinely productive and even collaborative experience. So with this, you are involving your students personally in the learning. Integrate videos, podcasts, and other media. You can embed online videos, multimedia presentations, slideshows, and more right in your blog posts. Create blogs for clubs, student groups, events, sports team, or just about any type of the group. It is easier to organize groups by keeping everyone informed. Get feedback or gather information. Use comments forums or even customized forums to collect feedback, survey data, or ask anyone you'd like to give input ideas. And these are the benefits of blogging and education. Students enjoy blogging because in blogging they can express themselves more, they can be creative, and they can explore, they can share their learning experiences, and blogging enhances literacy skills. They will be able to practice their reading and writing skills as well as researching skills. Using blog makes learning independent of time and place. You can use you can use blog outside classroom, anywhere you want to be, and anytime you want to use it. Blogs are asynchronous media which gives students time to reflect. It gets students engaged and boosts their motivation because they are being encouraged to participate, collaborate. They're also being motivated to get engaged in the learning. It promotes their communication skills. Another is it makes teaching student oriented because of the participation that it asks from your students. It emphasizes the test and learning by doing strategies instead of plan and execute. This is a practical application of learning. It fosters the learning bonds between the teacher and students because of the collaboration, sharing of the lessons, sharing of learnings, and more. It gives a chance to shy students to participate with their peers to get their voice heard. This is one way for them to express themselves. It keeps parents updated about their kids' progress because they can check the blog anytime with also with the permission of the teacher. It enhances homeschool links because you can do it outside the classroom. It fosters development of writing and research skills as well as digital skills. Okay, these are the blogging platforms for teachers and students. We can consider the EduBlogs, www.edublogs.com, the world's most popular educational blogging services. EduBlogs lets you easily create and manage student blogs, quickly customize and include videos. Blogger or www.blogger.com. This is a free weblog publishing tool from Google for sharing text, photos, and video. This is probably the most user-friendly blogging platform out there. You can set up as many blogs as you want and write from your Google. So this is very ideal for collaboration. And lastly, WordPress, or the one that we are familiar with, www.wordpress.com. This is a great blogging platform for students and teachers, and it's very easy to use and complete because it offers various templates for your students or for yourself to choose from. Okay, this is an example of a blog domain. You can see here the tools, enhancers, music, text, uploads, and you can also customize the color of your blog site. You can include photos in your blog. Okay, these are the steps in creating a blog. If you would like to use the blogger blog site, step 1 is to create a blog. It's only free in blogger blog site. Step 2 is we need to create a Google account. We need to create a Google account to easily connect our blog to our Google account. Step 3, name your blog, and it should be related to the content that you would like to post. Step 4 is to choose a template that you want to use in your blog. Step 5 is after you create your blog, you can also, I'm sorry, after you create or name your blog, you can now put your text here, the photos, the graphics you want to include, and other types of media you want to include in your blog content. And okay, this is the last step. Your blog published successfully, and you can view your blog, and you might want to edit it again. You can edit it again if you want. And that's the lesson about reading and writing weblogs. Thank you for listening. I hope you learned something from the lesson.